Hi guys, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is But First You. So in this episode, we'll talk about self-discipline and how you can pretty much apply it to the things that we talked about in the previous episode, which is goal setting.
Yes.
Self-discipline, what is the literal definition? To train or develop by instruction and exercise, especially in self-control.
Self-discipline requires patience, a clear understanding of one's goals, which we've talked about in episode 1, part 1, 2, and 3. Truthfulness and determination. And those are just to name a few, but if you apply these 4 factors daily, you can successfully achieve self-discipline. And let's get into how.
Why should you be self-disciplined?
Why? So before I get into that really quick, I want to stress how important it is to ask yourself why you're doing something. Why is this your goal? Why do you want to achieve it? Well, I feel like a lot of our episodes are going to jump into personally for us why we feel it's important to apply, necessary things into your life so that you get a better understanding. Why should you practice self-discipline? Self-discipline creates structure as well as helps you successfully accomplish any goal you set out. Whether it be big or small, self-discipline comes into play because you are consciously aware of your actions and how they play a part in your day-to-day lives. For example, if we talked about goals, how to set goals, certain ways into fully committing to your goals. If you consider or apply self-discipline into that, then that means you are actively aware of what it is that needs to be done. Talking about when I introduced to you guys the 4 determining factors, in my opinion, to successfully practice self-discipline, one of them being truthfulness. I'll go into it deeper later on in the video, but what I mean by that is being honest with yourself every step of the way. So that means if you are actively doing something that is pushing you back or further away from achieving that end goal, then you have to be honest with yourself. Say, okay, I'm doing this. I shouldn't be doing this. This is what I should be doing. Reflecting back on your actions and assessing what it is or where you are at in your journey, because you're being honest and brutal with yourself, because no one else is going to be there telling you what you're doing right or wrong at every avenue or every minute of your day. Everyone has their own goals and lives that they need to, take charge of, as do you. So it's your life at the end of the day. You make it what you want it to be. So if you really, want to go further and beyond in your life journey and your goals, self-discipline is definitely something that you want to consider. With truthfulness, I also mentioned patience. Being patient with yourself is very important because you're not in a rush, it's not a race, and you're not in competition with anybody else but yourself. Don't make it about this person is way ahead in the game and they're trying to achieve the same goals as you. Yeah, you can have similar goals as the next person, but you're not in competition with that person. So there's no need to rush the process. Quality things take time. That's just the bottom line when it comes to anything in your life. It's just, there's no rush. There's no need for that. Another one of the factors that I mentioned to successfully achieve self-discipline is determination. You need to always be determined in everything that you do. If you're not determined, you can still have that patience and be honest with yourself, but then you don't have that drive. What is driving you? What is pushing you every day to get out of bed and do X, Y, and Z? What is pushing you throughout the day when you're falling behind or just not feeling as motivated? Where is that determination, that strictness that you need, to keep it going, keep the ball going? So that's definitely another important factor.
It had something to do with drive.
It did? Oh my gosh. Really quick, guys, I'm just gonna tell you what happened to us.
Oh my God.
This is very unfortunate. So we recorded our video a few days before this. You won't even know the day, it doesn't even matter. So just know that a few days ago, Jess and I were determined. We were patient, and
it was so fluid.
Yeah, we just were like, yes, we had time. We're like, we're gonna shoot this video, let's get it done, right? Okay. We're shooting this video, doing our usual test shoots. That's what we do, because with anything that involves technology, you need to test it out first, make sure everything's working fine, audio, whatnot. Everything was perfect, right guys? So we shoot
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 and some minutes later, we are done shooting and we're chilling, feeling accomplished.
And then it comes time to playback.
Yeah, because I always want to, and you always want to play back your videos
so you could just
day
make
of.
sure everything is fine and dandy.
And you guys,
But
you guys know where this is going. I know you do, but
the square for the video was black.
Yeah.
It was
okay.
black.
For any of you Apple users, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, and if you have, please let me know, because I've never experienced this. I have like a really, you know, current phone, so it's not like my phone's old. My storage is superb. I don't even use that word. I don't know why I use that word right now. Superb. And why did I emphasize that? But anyways, my whole point is my phone is perfectly fine, but it did not matter because that 30-minute of footage is gone. Only audio. I tried doing a number of things. I tried exporting it, sending it to myself via email, via Dropbox, via Google Drive. And then I did that, and of course it was just the audio. I tried transferring it because my iCloud is connected to my computer, so it's like I tried doing that. Gone. Okay, guys? So like, yeah. But it doesn't matter though, because you know what? Let's go back to everything, because this has nothing to do with self-discipline, but it has to do with determination, truthfulness, and patience. Yeah.
Patience.
Everything that I just named is what we had to freaking practice, because that was the most frustrating thing, and I was tired. We were tired. Like, I was just like, what the heck? I felt so accomplished. But now here we are again.
Take two.
Yeah, take two.
So, jumping into a little personal conversation. How do you practice self-discipline today, and where do you feel like you are without it?
Being really patient with myself, honest with myself. So in regards to the gym, I didn't go to the gym last week. I didn't go at all, actually. And Jess doesn't know that, but now she does. So I didn't go last week.
Why not? So you asked me if I'm gonna go to the gym in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tell you if I do or not, or what time, and then you don't go.
Yeah. So I do that sometimes.
Okay. But anyway,
that's the truth. That's honesty. I'm admitting to it. Accountability. Okay, so we'll get more into accountability later. So yeah, that's true. So like last week I didn't go to the gym, and I felt really bad about it, and I was like making excuses for it. But you know what? And that, you know, then I lost my self-discipline, because even if you have the excuses, self-discipline is going to come into play to tell you no, like, it doesn't matter. These excuses are not excusable. So go out and do what you need to do. I completely lost it, which is fine, because that's going to get into what I'm going to talk about shortly, how you can not be so strict on yourself, because self-discipline does require a certain amount of strictness, but you don't always need it, because it's like we're human at the end of the day. So that's kind of how I practice it. Just basically what I've told you guys. Being patient with myself, being honest with myself, being determined, reminding myself of my end goals. Why do I want to achieve X, Y, and Z? Realistically, how I'm going to achieve it. If I'm not actively doing what I need to be doing, there's no way I'm going to achieve it. So how can I even expect myself to get to where I want to be? So that self-determination definitely comes into play a lot. Talking to myself every day, not like literally sitting here talking to myself, but in my mind.
I do.
Well, not that you're a loony for talking to yourself, but
I talk to myself, text myself.
Yeah, I probably talk to myself too. Okay, yeah, that's something that's very weird. Let's not go back into that. But I'm kidding, guys. I'm not judging. So reminding myself of my end goals. Where do I want to be? When do I want to be there? And how do I need to get there? So that's how I do that. What about you?
For me, not that it's easy, but I feel like it's become habit for me to do certain things. So
why do you always look taller than me?
Because I
but like
remember to like sit straight.
But like I am too. She's not that much taller.
My torso is maybe longer.
Yeah.
I think back to when I was pre-diabetic, and at that time I literally had no self-discipline. Like I literally ate whatever I wanted. Like I would have burger and
Morocco came in.
I would eat like a burger and fries like probably like 3 times a week. It was really bad. I would eat literally whatever I wanted. Not necessarily healthy. And then I discovered that I was pre-diabetic. That's when I had to like flip the switch and kind of start eating better and start being more consistent with eating healthier, taking out like certain things from my diet. I literally like went cold turkey, like no sugar, no nothing. Like I was super strict for a whole year. I probably only had fast food like only like a couple times throughout the whole year. Pretty much looking back at before and today, I just really think of my goals, because no matter what, I always have goals. And being that I've created habits for myself, it's like the discipline for myself is a habit, because I've just been so consistent with it. like eating better. It's like second nature. It's something I do. It's my passion, you know, like I feel weird if I don't do it. And just, yeah, it's all a habit. So pretty much just being consistent, really making it known on, like we said, what your goals are. Because once you make that known to yourself and you really think about what it is that you want, the only way that you can get there is if you do it. You know, if you set yourself up to do it and create that path for yourself, just do it. Because you're only hurting yourself if you
Just really
don't do it.
Huh? You're so close to me.
It's okay. I always do that.
I know.
But that was it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Going back to what I was saying about how you don't have to be so strict on yourself when it comes to self-discipline, that yes, that's true. You know, at the end of the day, we want you guys to also be happy, you know, so whatever makes you happy, continue to do it. Just do it in moderation. That means going out, you know, eating out, whatever your goals are, saving money. If for example, saving money is your end goal, you know, obviously you're gonna have to go out less, spend money less. Yes, you want to be out with your friends every weekend or whatever the case may be, like you always have been, but then you're not actively doing what you need to do to achieve that goal. So it's like,
yeah, gotta be smart about it.
Yeah, be smart about it. But
sometimes
still,
you have to make sacrifices.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't mean it's permanent. Anything in moderation is healthier and the best option. And if you do cave in, that's okay. That's going back to being honest, being patient. You cave in, just, you know, get back up and continue where you left off. And it's not the end of the world. And then, yeah.
So looking back, what would you tell your younger self to be more disciplined, or pretty much anybody here who's looking to be more disciplined, but they find it difficult?
So if you're still wondering what are some other ways that you can go about successfully practicing self-discipline, here are a few ways. One way is minimizing distractions. So that kind of goes back into what I just said about doing things in moderation. You know, just for example, if you want to eat healthier, you want to lose weight, that's your goal. You have a goal set for that. You want to remove distractions. You want to the best of your ability, try to get rid of certain foods that cave you in, that you are just completely tempted to eat, whether it be chocolate, Twinkies, I don't know.
Twinkies? They don't even
I thought of the
anymore.
worst. I thought of the worst. They don't?
I don't think so.
I don't even know. I just thought of the worst possible preserved or processed foods that can be in your kitchen. But anything that is gonna set you back from your end goal of eating healthy and being healthier.
That and like family and friends, especially your family or whoever you live with. Let's just say family. You want to try to get them on the same train too. You know, if you're trying to eat healthier and they don't necessarily eat healthy, maybe you can ask them, you know, just to be a little considerate and maybe limit certain things, just so that you don't have that available to you at home. Because I know that if it's there, it's a little more tempting because you see it. Out of sight, out of mind.
I was gonna say
that was a different one. You know, maybe they can do the same as you and try to eat healthier. That way it'll be easier for you and it'll help them as well.
Win-win. So yeah, minimizing distractions. Another one is baby steps, start small. And I actually want to really quickly touch on that because everyone has different personalities and different mindsets. So like with Jess, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, you don't necessarily have to really start small. Like I feel like you just kind of go for it.
It
and
just
it works.
Depends.
So with anything that we say, obviously just do what works and feels best for you. So yeah, I could be saying baby steps, and maybe baby steps is too easy for you and you're like, well, I can do this all together.
Yeah, maybe you're just a go-getter and you're like, I'm just gonna go big or go home.
And that's
how
fine too.
That's how I like to do things. I'm
but,
literally like,
yeah,
there's no in between. Like it's either here or there.
Yeah, and I can say that for some things in my life, but not everything, especially when it comes to fitness. So definitely, you know, if that's the kind of personality that you have, go ahead and go for it. But if not, start small, because like I said, you're not in competition with anyone but yourself. Understand the power of your mind. This is something that's going to come up, you know, 101 times, because like I said, your mindset and the way you think is everything. Totally. So once you understand that concept and truly understand and have a full understanding and grasp of what that means, to understand how the way you think applies to everything in your life, like it's just like a domino effect, then you will truly like succeed and truly accomplish everything that you set out for yourself. Bottom line, that's just the bottom line. I don't want to go too into it because I know me and Jess are probably gonna have an episode on that, because we both love the topic of like the way you think and the psychology of it and just how that all comes into play. It's a really exciting and fun thing to dive into. Yeah, so I'm not gonna go any further, but just understand that and do your own research and apply it, and let us know what you think and how that works. And I think I've actually mentioned this already, but I'll do it again. Forgive and continue forward. It's all about forgiving yourself. Forgive, forgive, forgive. You are only human. No one's perfect. And if they say they're perfect, they're a liar. So just forgive yourself and move on. That's really what it is. Don't dwell on it. Don't hold on to it. Don't beat yourself up over it. Move on. We all make mistakes. Mistakes are to be made so that we can learn from them. And that's it.
Live life, no regrets.
Yes. Live, laugh, love. Just kidding.
That's
so corny. No, but yeah, and that's pretty much it.
No regrets.
Yeah.
That concludes our self-discipline episode. We hope that you found it informative and still a little fun. Hopefully we didn't want it to be too boring, because, you know.
Who wants boring? We really just tell me. We really want you guys to share your input, share your own experience, share your own opinions, suggestions. Like, just I want to hear from you guys. I want to know your thoughts and what you guys do, what you don't do, what worked, what didn't work, because like we're still learning too. Like, you know, like this is not,
life is a learning process.
Yeah, we're only speaking from experience and the knowledge we've gained over the years. There's the dust. Lint. So yeah, please like comment below. Don't forget, if you are watching this on YouTube, to subscribe. Subscribe to our channel, and obviously follow our channel, butfirstyou.tv, and stay tuned for our next video, which will be,
we talked about self-discipline today. Obviously, like, we're trying to like tie them all in together, so it kind of just flows. With talking about self-discipline, our next episode, we are going to be talking about where do I start? So pretty much just where do you start in this whole thing?
in this whole thing called life. So, okay, this is really hard to explain to you what we will be discussing in this video.
You just have to watch it.
Just watch it, actually, yeah. There you go. Watch the video. Because we do talk about, you know, we answer the whys, the whats, the whos, the whens, but we don't really go deeper into detail, because you know what, we're not about to sit here and give you an hour-long video. Yeah, so like just stay tuned for that video, and that is all. Bye everyone.